AITA for telling my Amish in-laws I don't want my daughter to be a bitter caveman like them. My in-laws are Amish. My husband left that lifestyle years ago, but his family respects his choice. I recently gave birth to my daughter, Roxanne. My husband's parents have been staying with us for the past week because they wished to meet the baby. When I announced the baby's name, my in-laws got upset. They said they wanted a more traditional name for their granddaughter. I told them that I was allowed to name my daughter however I wanted. I informed them that she will be living the English lifestyle, and they were even more upset. They complained that I had already stolen their son and continued to do so with their first grandchild. I lost it and said that just because my husband didn't want to live like them didn't make it my fault. I also told them my daughter wouldn't be a toxic caveman like them. I told them they were miserable, cruel creatures who will have little contact with my child. They're still staying over but have been telling my husband he was foolish to leave their community. For me, NTA. I know some people have an idealized saintly picture of Amish people in their heads, but it's an extremely repressive, toxic, and abusive lifestyle, especially for women. Their assumption that somehow you were just going to raise your daughter Amish when your husband has already left the community and your English is diluted. Raising a girl in that community is just an excuse to arrange her marriage to an elder and have her crank out more Amish kids. I know people get skittish about generalizing an entire group of people, but that's sort of the point with Amish. You can't necessarily judge them individually because this is the lifestyle forced on everyone in the community. I grew up near the Amish and had friends who were Amish, but they dropped out after 8th grade, the norm for the Amish, and I lost touch with them. They all said that if someone leaves the faith, their family is supposed to cut contact with them. I'm surprised your in-laws see you guys at all. If they really are Amish and are not just Mennonite, there are huge differences, but many people conflate them. Then it sounds like they're already very progressive for their faith and are already going against teachings of their church to even talk to y'all. They might cut contact if pressed. So keep that in mind. Info. How was your relationship with your in-laws before this visit? I ask because in this limited scenario your caveman comment seems harsh. How does your husband still have a relationship with his parents? I don't think that is how Amish works. Stolen? He left of his own free will. And your kid isn't theirs. So you couldn't have stolen it. Both of the people they claim they have stolen are just that. People. NTA. INTA. Tell them they can video call your husband to see the granddaughter. Oh wait. NTA. How dare they get upset at the name? It's not their baby. They have no say, nor opinion that matters. In your home they should keep their negative thoughts to themselves. They got what they deserved. NTA because they should have STFU. But using caveman as an insult to intelligence leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Cave people were extremely intelligent and resourceful. NTA. The Amish are a cult, and I'm happy to see so many people saying it here. My family used to be Amish. It is a profoundly abusive culture, especially to women. I applaud you for standing up for yourself and your child. Please stick to your boundaries regarding your daughter, and I would recommend not allowing your husband's family any unsupervised contact with her. Heck, go no or low contact if it feels right for your family. Although my parents are no longer Amish, they still are objectively toxic people, and they have yet to meet their first grandchild, my niece. For that reason, NTALMAO. I wouldn't have even let them in the door with that attitude. Their claim that you stole their son is insane, and they feel a strange ownership over your family. NTA, stole their son. No, he chose to leave. That alone proves they don't respect you or him. NTA, your in-laws and their community are religious fanatics. They are toxic cavemen. Geez, that escalated quickly. Your post says they accepted your husband's choice to leave the lifestyle. Yet, your comment says they've never liked you. You'd think that would be mentioned in the post as a reason why you went nuclear. Saying, our daughter, our name choice, equals valid and reasonable. Saying, toxic caveman, and, miserable, cruel creatures, equals really overboard in the absence of a history of them being cruel to you and your husband, which you make no mention of in your post. They shouldn't have made the comment of your name choice. Their disappointment should have been kept to themselves. However, I can't blame them for being upset and regretting your marriage after you blew up at them. Ash. NTA, did they think you would raise the baby Amish when your husband left that community and you aren't Amish? That's not a reasonable assumption on their part. Sure, you could have been nicer, but probably not your first rodeo with them. Cult's gonna cult. Not eloquent, but NTA. Ash. Their comments were out of line and their expectations seem warped if they truly expected their grandchild to be raised Amish by two non-Amish parents. Not sure how they were surprised by this. So I suspect some miscommunication. But with the information you've provided, that does not really justify cruelly attacking their lifestyle, religious practices. The reason they're bad is because of their weird expectations. Not because being Amish is inherently wrong. NTA, stolen their son. This is a marker of people you should have no contact with. Roxanne is derivative of a feminine name from at least the 3rd century BCE. How much more traditional do they want? As someone who also has Amish in-laws, though they've left the community, but still maintain the lifestyle, no contact is a wonderful thing. Even if it's just for you and your child. So is low contact. I completely understand why you snapped. The Amish is a ridiculously abusive cult, and your daughter deserves better than to be raised according to their practices. Your husband wants to visit his family. He is more than welcome. Yet that doesn't mean you or your child have to go too. Info. Are you calling them miserable, cruel creatures and cavemen because they have chosen a more primate life? Or are you calling them miserable, cruel creatures and cavemen because they run neglectful puppy mills, have sad and beaten down kids, are prone to spousal abuse, refuse to let their kids learn about life outside the community, unless it's a boy and not the firstborn, and generally are miserable, cruel cavemen? I mean, you could either be bigoted and insulting or flat out calling them out for actual behavior. I dunno. Edited to add. I am not referring to Amish in general when I say they. I am referring to the specific family members she's interacting with. Is that family an family in and of itself?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.